What's up, everybody? My name is Parasite. Welcome back to Challenging Celtic with Hearts. Today we have Celtic, not in the Premiership, but in the Scottish Cup semi-final. I said I wanted Celtic and Rangers to play each other and knock one or the other out in the Scottish Cup. It did happen. Celtic played Rangers and knocked them out, but then I said I want someone else to knock off Celtic to give us an easy final. But that is not the case. We have Celtic in the Scottish Cup semi-final. After that, we will be playing Hamilton in the Scottish Premiership Championship Group, the Premiership Championship Group. But our position really is pretty secured. 61 points. We're not catching Celtic or Rangers. I don't think it's actually possible. But Hamilton could technically catch us, so this is actually a pretty big match. If we win this, it's basically over. We're guaranteed third. If Hamilton win it, it gets a little bit squeaky, but I think we're going to be okay. We have 28 goal difference to their 7. We're a much better team. We might not win on the day, but we should be able to get through enough of these games. We have to play Celtic and Rangers once, which so does Hamilton, so there's no advantage to be gained there. So we should be fine. We should be finishing third. I'm very happy with that. Actually, what do we get for finishing third? What happened? Let me check the rules. Third place gets a Europa League third qualifying round. Okay, so getting the Europa League, not the group stage, but hopefully we can get an easy team in the third qualifying round. I don't think there's going to be... there might be a few hard teams in there. So that looks like what we're headed for. But I'm back a little bit. See, I'm back 4 days before the start of the Celtic match. I had a little bit of news I want to bring with you. You might have seen it in the news section, but if you go to the inbox, we have extended Dan Inlundulu's loan for another year. Dan, the man, the goal-scoring machine that is named Dan Inlundulu, will be here for another year, scoring all the goals in the Premiership. He had 30 goals in 23 matches last season. Went up a level, still scored 24 and 32. A very good result, and I believe second best in the Premiership in terms of goals, only behind his teammate, Marcos Leonardo, who has 25. So that's a heck of a return. Almost 50 goals from your two starting strikers, when the next highest in the league is 13. We have been scoring goals for fun. If we look at an expanded league table, if we go to competitions and the Premiership, how do we get to the expanded league? Stages. There we go. Goals for, we have scored 78 goals, the most goals in the Scottish Premiership. We have scored more goals than Celtic. We've conceded 50, so defense is a big question mark. Celtic have scored less than half, or have conceded less than half. No one else in the championship group has conceded more goals than us. So our attack is amazing. Our defense is pretty dang leaky. Only how many teams have only 4 teams have conceded more goals than we have. St. Johnstone in 7th has conceded less goals. Motherwell in 9th has conceded way less goals. So yeah, that's not ideal. But you might be asking, Danny Lundu is coming back. What about his strike partner, Marcos Leonardo? I want him back. He's super cheap wages, $400. What an absolute steal having that man in on loan for $400 is. But unfortunately, Santos are looking to give the player a chance in the first team, which they should, because he's probably one of their best players. I do not want to send this offer. Yeah, he's very good. He's not crazy in any area, no green attributes, but he's just solid. He's a very good physical player. He's got 15 finishing. He's got passing. He's got work rate. He's got off the ball. He's got composure. He's got everything. He's just a fantastic striker. I'm so glad we had him in on loan. He helped us achieve that third place finish. With the amount of goals we conceded, we would not have gotten third place without Marcos Leonardo. So he was kind of a last minute signing too. So to have him show up and make such an impact is just huge for this team. But you might be asking about some of our other players in on loan too, like Ono Desoe, who's another main man in this team. Whoops, not inquiry. well, we'll see if they'll. I don't think they'll be willing to sell him, and now I can't ask to cancel transfer. I want to see. Okay, there we go. Loan offer. Why to give him a chance in the first team? I doubt he makes it into Wolves' first team. Whoops, I think I sent the offer. But yeah, I mean, he's just so poor technically. And mentally, he's not amazing, but he's solid mentally. But he's just a monster physically, an absolute freak of nature. 6'4" with those physicals. He's an absolute monster. He's been really good for us, but we might still get a chance later on in the window when they make a few signings. Maybe he won't be inside their first team plans. Maybe we can get him back. But Odasoe is a big question mark. Matteo Ricci, who's been solid for us this season, they want to give him a chance in the first team. So Ricci's probably not coming back. Mitch Clark, we'll see. I mean, we could use a backup right back that can play left back as well, but he's not been very good. Karamoko Dembele is not coming back. He has not been very good. 6.91 on the season, which isn't terrible, but not good enough. He's not good enough to be the starter. And unfortunately, neither is John Torrell. If we look at his ratings, he's just far and away the worst player in our starting lineup. He scored 9 goals and 9 assists, which is pretty good. 34 matches. That's fine. But he's just he either scores a goal or gets an assist, or he's the worst player on the pitch. There is no in between. He's completely hot and cold. So John Torrell is probably going to be moved to a backup role next season. I'll look to bring in a new right mid, so there's no room for Karamoko Dembele. He will not be coming back. Anthony Alonga will be coming back. He played fine this season, 6.98. Solid backup. Fonzo Sousa is going to stay as the starter, so Anthony Alonga will be back. Yeah, you also might notice the difference in the lineup. If we get to the lineup, I'll show it now. I don't think it's going to change before kickoff. But Ryan Alsop is coming in a goalkeeper. After looking at our stats and how poor we've been in terms of stopping goals from going in, I think Craig Gordon is a big person that's at fault for that. If you look at his recent ratings, he's played a 6.64 in his last 5. He's just not very good anymore. He's 39 years old. He is over the hill. So I'm taking this point to introduce Ryan Alsop into the team. He will slot in as a starting goalkeeper from here on out unless I find a better option. He's a solid goalkeeper too, so I think we should be okay with him. I might look in the transfer market to see if there's a better option there because we need to improve this defense. Michael Smith also might not be coming back because it seems like every goal that is scored comes down his flank. Knight Sutar, for having allowed 50 goals, I feel like I've been a pretty solid center back pairing, so I don't really see a whole big reason to move on from them. Stephen Kingsley's been okay. Like I said, most of it's down this Michael Smith's side, down the left-hand side, their left-hand side, our right-hand side. So I might be able to hold on to Kingsley and just replace Smith in the goalkeeper, and that might help our defensive woes, but that's for next season. Now we've got to worry about this season. We have Celtic, and then we have Hamilton. So let me advance to the Celtic match, and I will see you for the squad selection for the Scottish Cup semi-final. Wait a minute. So you know how I accidentally sent that loan offer for Owen Odasoe? Well, they accepted it. They said they wanted to give him a chance in the first team, but then they went and accepted the loan offer. So we may be getting Owen Odasoe back for another season. Stay tuned. Baby, come back. Owen Odasoe is back for another season. His loan extension is to be confirmed, and I will confirm it. We have Owen Odasoe for another season. I didn't think it was going to happen. I didn't even alter the deal at all. Like, he's a regular starter, but he's going to be. And loan cannot be terminated, but I don't think I'm going to want to terminate his loan. So, yes, please Owen Odasoe for another year. He was fantastic for us. So they said they weren't going to do it, but then they did it. So if I say the same thing for Marcos Leonardo, I'll keep those same offers and see if they accept it. Same for Ricci, because Ricci's been fine this season. He's good assister. 14 assists, 7 goals in the league. I mean, most of those 7 goals have been penalties, but he's been fine. So let's see if they accept these offers, because apparently they can. I didn't think they would, but apparently that's a thing. So let's see what they say. Oh no, so back for another year. And we have the match first. So let's do this opposition instructions. Before we get into team selection, I realized I didn't go over the previous matches with you, so let's do that real quick. So, last left you with Rangers and Livingston, I believe. Yeah, Rangers and Livingston in the Scottish Cup 5th round. That went to a replay. We played that replay. We won 3-1. We beat Livingston to get to the Scottish Cup quarterfinal, which we told you was going to be against a championship team. So after we beat Livingston, we beat Hamilton, who were going to be... Actually, I said we were going to be playing Hamilton. I think I'm going to make this a one game episode, just because there was so much into the lead up to this match. So much going on in terms of future signings, being our loan guys who are coming back. So much went on, and the group isn't going to change anything. Like, we're going to finish third. It's almost guaranteed. If it falls apart, we'll be back to see that. But so I don't think I need to show the Hamilton match. So last our match against Hamilton, we beat them 3-2. So that sets up pretty well going into this match. It is away this next time, but we still have the edge, I think. Scottish Cup quarterfinal, we beat Partick Thistle 3-0. Championship team, we should be beating them comfortably. Played a pretty full backup squad. Inland Dulu still played. Kingsley played. Michael Smith played. John Torrell played. So a few starters played in there just to get some match sharpness for the most of them. Just to see some good performances out of some other ones, like Michael Smith. I needed to see a good performance from him. He actually did. 8.1. Played amazingly, but I think he's a championship caliber player. And yeah, we're in the Premiership. We need to be doing better. After that, it didn't go amazingly. A 1-1 draw with Ross County, thanks to an 88th minute goal from Marcos Leonardo. A 2-1 loss to St. Mirren, which Marcos Leonardo, I believe, was injured for this match, so he couldn't play. Armand started, and him and Inland Dulu just didn't get on. Armand did score a penalty, but the fact he has a goal and is still only on 6.9 says a lot. We then beat Aberdeen 3-2. Inland Dulu with a brace. Leonardo with a goal. And then the big one. Celtic 3-3. And it was fully deserved. I don't know if we deserved to win, but we fully deserved the draw. And we started out taking the lead after 19 minutes. Dan Inland Dulu, as he does, getting on the score sheet. They then pegged us back for one, and then another. We went down 2-1. But then we got a penalty from Matteo Ricci, which he put away. And then Dan Inland Dulu scores to put us up 3-2. And 2 minutes later, Sully March just scores a goal to break our hearts. But that's still a good result. A 3-3 with Celtic is still a good result. It wasn't home, but I don't care. Anytime we don't lose to Celtic, that's a win. So, good result there. And then we went on a pretty good stretch there, beating Aberdeen, drawing with Celtic, and then beating Hibernian 3-1. Marcos Leonardo establishing himself as the top goal scorer in the Premiership with his hat trick. That's where he overtook Daniel Lundulu. Now it's time for Daniel Lundulu to peg him back. But it's going to be a fight till the end with those two for finding who's going to end up being the top scorer. It's going to be a fight between our two main men, and I'm here for it. You might not see it, because if we lose this match against Celtic, I don't know if we're going to come back for another game this season, because unless they start meaning something. Because, yeah, unless they start meaning something, there's no point. So this might be the last game of this season against Celtic. But we got to play it first. We know we can beat them. We have beat them before. Let's go up. Right there, 6-1. We have beaten them 6-1. I believe this is in a neutral location, so we don't have the home advantage, because away from home, we lost 2-1. And did we play a third? I guess we only played 2 home games and 1 away game against them this season. And we've played them in a neutral zone game already in the League Cup semifinal, and it did not finish well. A 2-1 loss. So I think they have the edge. They obviously have the edge. They're Celtic. They've won the league like 10 years in a row. They might not do it this year. Rangers are currently top of the league. A lot of it due to our 3-3 draw. But yeah, this is going to be a very hard match, but we know we can do it. We know we can compete with them. That's all I want. All I've ever wanted is to just compete with these teams. Stephen Kingsley's injured. Set 2 days till he returns. Since this is really the last match that matters, unless we beat them, then we'll have another one. But Andy Halliday's suspended. That's not great. But so he's going to play. We need to replace Halliday, but Demore is also injured. So what then? Peter Herring. There we go. Peter Herring can come in, and Mackay Stevens can come on for Karamoko Dembele. I think Mackay Stevens in the last year of his deal, he is not coming back because he is an absolute horrid player. So bad. So yeah, this is going to be the starting lineup. Alsop, Smith, Knight, Sutar, Kingsley, Odasoe, Torrell, Ricci Souza, Nlundulu, and Marcos Leonardo. I think the bench is set. Yeah, bench looks good. First team looks solid. Let's get into it. And 2 goalkeepers must be in the squad. Who misses out? I think Craig Halkett misses out. I think I'm going to move Peter Herring there, have him be a center back and a defensive midfielder. And Craig Gordon's going to go on the bench. There we go. There's our 2 goalkeepers. I'm going to say we're huge underdogs, so there's no pressure on you to succeed. Go out there and show everyone what you've got. We could say if we played the way we finished last time out, a win in the final will be guaranteed, or a place in the final will be guaranteed. I don't think that's true. You say you deserve to be in the final, and I expect you to make it happen. I do not have any expectations. No pressure. No pressure at all. Celtic have all the pressure. All of it is on them. If they don't win, they are absolute bottlers. If we win, we are heroes. But if we lose, we're still heroes. Unless we get spanked like 7-1. Then we might be scapegoats. You head into the semifinal without the services of Stephen Kingsley. He is starting. And Andy Halliday. How much more difficult is your task without those 2 key players? Kingsley is starting. Can I say Kingsley is starting? I don't want to speculate because you're wrong. Kingsley is starting. Celtic are unbeaten in 3 matches against Hearts. Can you end that run here and now? Every match is a new opportunity to write history. We're not concerned with what's already happened. Not at all. It's all about what we can do, and we've shown we can beat them with a similar team to this. So, why not today? Why not? That's a good team. March scored 2 goals on us last time we played. Masuaku, Julian, and can't remember their other center back, but that's a very good defense. It's Christopher Ayer, of course. Timchik, pretty sure he used to be in Ukraine. I'm assuming that he's a Ukrainian by the name. So yeah, this is not going to be easy. That's a good defense. They've got some good attackers. Decham's a very good midfielder. Marge, Christie, McGregor, and Relly seems to always do pretty well against us. So they've even got Tin Yadvai and Santiago Sassibar on the bench. That's disgusting. That is purely unfair. But so far, it's been a very even game. 0-0. First highlight in the 42nd minute of the game, and it's going to be Celtic's highlight. Turnbull's on the ball, looking for a ball across to Masuaku. Michael Smith with a good job to get the ball away. Torrell's on the ball now. He's got a man in the middle. If he can get it to him, he's in some space, but Torrell can't get him the ball. That's frustrating. I feel like Torrell should have done a little bit better there. He kind of got snuffed out, but Nlundulu, we still have a chance. Nlundulu looking for a squared ball. Foul in the... Yes, it's a penalty. Dan Nlundulu gets fouled, and Matteo Ricci steps up to take the penalty. He's a penalty-taking monster, and he finds the back of the net because that's what he almost always does. He did score. He did miss a penalty recently, but he almost always scores. I'm pretty sure that he's only missed 1 or 2 all season. He's as good as you can get for this level for a penalty taker. I don't care what his penalty taking rating is. I've seen it with my own eyes. And with 2 shots to Celtics 1, we are 1-0 up. We have the possession. We have the pass completion. They're more desperate. They're fouling our butts. We have the XG, but that's all penalty. So, yeah. Why not? Why don't we deserve to be winning this game? What do I say here, though? Do I say don't get complacent? Because, obviously, it's Celtic. I'm going to say I'm delighted. You're doing amazingly. If they come back and win, that's just because Celtic are OP. But you've done amazingly to have the lead at halftime. That is a win in itself. Even if we don't win at the end of the day, the fact we beat them in the first half means something to me. Shows that we are very capable of hanging with this team, even though they're way higher than us in the league table by points, by position, by everything. We're able to still keep up with them a little bit. A few key additions to the team. Hopefully Marcos Leonardo comes back. I don't think it's going to happen, but if we can get Marcos Leonardo back, we've got Odsoi back, we've got Nlundulu back. Senga Sousa is through on goal, goes for the chip. Goes for the cheeky chip, but it hits the crossbar and gets cleared off the line. But as I was saying, we're getting Odsoi back, we're getting Nlundulu back, Sousa's coming back, Toral's coming back. But if we can get a better goalkeeper, if we can get a better defensive right back, if we can get a better right mid, as I've been talking, the game is slowly just ending. We're in the 84th minute. Nothing has happened in this entire second half. Kingsley is dead. Time to bring on Mitch Clark. Toral's been awful. Again, he's not scored or assisted, so he's the worst player on the pitch. I don't want to bring in Gary Mackay-Steven. He might be the worst player on the pitch, but he's staying on the pitch because Gary Mackay-Steven would immediately be the worst player on the pitch the second he steps foot onto this pitch. Sousa's been poor and he's on a yellow. I'll take him off. I trust Anthony Alonga. I don't trust Mackay-Steven. I trust Anthony Alonga. We're going to make some changes too. We're going to go defensive. We're going to go wasting time, disciplined. Last time I made this change against Celtic, they scored in 2 minutes. I'm not going to change my game too much. I'm just going to waste time. I'm going to keep playing the way that's got us a 1-0 lead after 85 minutes. And if they score, they score. Maybe I'm wrong, but alright, we need to make another sub. Time-wasting sub. Otis always played well, but he's on a yellow in that ball-winning midfielder spot. I want someone that can be a little bit more aggressive in the tackle there, so I'm going to bring in Peter Herring. Got more license to slide in, do whatever he has to get the ball off him, or maybe, we might need one of those professional fouls. So let's bring in a man that can do it. 2 minutes left until we beat Celtic and get to a Scottish Cup final. We are 2 minutes away, and we mostly deserve it. They've had more shots on target. Our only shot on target was a penalty, but we've got the pass completion. We've got the possession. We've been right up there with Celtic this match. We don't deserve to lose. Oh, no, why does there have to be a highlight? The game should be over. It's the 94th minute. Please, no. Oh my gosh. My heart just stopped. Okay, he was offside, but I would have been irate. A minute over, they get a free kick, and it nearly goes in. But we've done it. Our strikers might not have been at their best today, but Ricci stepped up when we needed him to, scored his penalty. Nlundulu got taken down. So, cheeky assist to Nlundulu. And we have done it. We are on their way to a Scottish Cup final after beating Celtic. Beating Celtic for the second time this season. We're in the final. Congratulations. You all completely deserve it. I'm delighted for you all. Absolutely. Not many people would have predicted the Scottish Cup final place for Hearts. Me neither. So how good does this moment feel? Uh, this is for the fans. Look at those scenes of celebration. How can anyone ever tire of seeing that? Absolutely. We win 1-0 thanks to a 44th minute penalty. Ease past Celtic. Yes, ease is the correct word. Player of the match, Josh Knight. I don't think we need to change our center back pairing. Now, who do we have? Who do we have in the Scottish Cup final? Aberdeen are playing Hamilton. When do they play? When do you play Hamilton? Tomorrow. They play tomorrow. I'm just going to send my assistant to this press conference because I want to see who wins that match. I want to see who we have in the Scottish Cup final. Where are they in the table? Aberdeen are 5th, and Hamilton was the other one, right? Hamilton in 4th, so it's still not going to be easy. They're the two best teams in the league that aren't Rangers and Celtic, or us. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it's a lot dang easier than Celtic or Rangers, so I'm okay with that. Scottish Football Writers Player of the Year definitely should be Marcos Leonardo or Daniel Lundulu. No question it should be one of those two. They are just by far ahead of everyone else in terms of goal scoring. Scottish Young Player of the Year, Owen Otasoe, Marcos Leonardo, and the 21-year-old Portuguese Afonso Sousa. So 3 players, 3 of the 5 players for Young Player of the Year are our players. Jamie Hamilton, a Hamilton player. Of course he is. His last name's Hamilton. That's destined. And Lewis Nielsen for Dundee United are the other 2 options. I think one of our players is going to win it. And it's probably going to be Marcos Leonardo. He's won Scottish Young Player of the Week like most weeks. So, voice crack. So, yeah. But Hamilton win. So we will be facing Hamilton in the Scottish Cup final. What is going on? They've both accepted. So, is this a bug or is this just a thing? Because I usually never make an offer if they say they want to give them time in the first team. But apparently if you do, they will just accept it. So Matteo Ricci and Marcos Leonardo may be coming back for another season. Marcos Leonardo being the key of those 2. Don't change the loan offer. If you've got some of these in your team and you don't think it's going to happen, just try. Because apparently it can happen. It's happened 3 out of 3 times. So, what are you playing? Playing at the end of the season, I'm assuming? Yep, end of the season. So, we will be back for Hamilton in the Scottish Cup final. We should be finishing 3rd in the league. If this Rangers match means anything, we'll come back for it. But if not, we'll just come back for the 1-game episode of Hamilton. If you made it this far, why don't you like the video, subscribe, and click the bell. The links to all my socials are also in the description. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time.